Soldier Boy, tell him. Boom, 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 boom. You got all logged in over there and stuff?
Yep.
All right, cool. Oh, hey guys, welcome to the YouTube live stream. This episode's called The Midnight Ride because that's when I come through your house and fuck your mom. Midnight. We ride at midnight. We ride at dawn.
Ooh. Hiccups.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for being here. We're so appreciative. Hey, Zach Cooter. Scream Spot Gang. We're all here.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, thanks for being here, pal. We're drinking Pepsi Zero and bourbon because we're watching our hourglass figures.
Yeah. It's a drink we call Zero Bourbon.
Zero bourbon.
What'd you make that with? What bourbon?
Buffalo Trace. And I
Okay.
put a little bit of cherry bitter.
Yeah, I could tell that. I wasn't sure which bourbon you used.
Welcome, Anna Molly.
Fuck.
All right. Let's get on this shit. Let's get this fucking done. Let's get this done. Get to the house.
All right.
Baby. If you get a little dot of pee on your underwear every time you're done going to the bathroom because you got a little bit of liquid left in the pipes, you've come to the right podcast. I'm one half of the one and only, often duplicated, never replicated Brohio podcast.
Your name?
I am the delicious Nicolicious. This is the Cream Spot, folks. Thanks for being here.
I'm Rob. What's up, guys? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hopefully everybody enjoyed our 5-year anniversary episode that we had last week.
It was a shitty mess. It was like opening up a diaper that you don't know what's inside of it.
Yeah, a lot of people, from what I saw, a lot of people liked it, said it was emotional.
We've had a lot of people send us emails showing love, saying congratulations. So
A lot of stuff.
thanks, everybody, for all the sentiments you've been sending our way. We're appreciative.
We really appreciate it.
But we are over it. We're over 5 years now. It's not special.
Yep.
It's like when you turn 20. What a stupid age to turn 20.
Right. Yeah, you could skip that and just go to 21.
You're not a teenager anymore. You're just existing.
You're just a fucking idiot.
I had to go. I went to my niece's 20th birthday party over the weekend.
Yeah.
I dressed up as Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
If you
dude,
guys,
I saw that, man. That was great.
Yeah.
You had girth on your shoulder.
If you guys get in the closed group, it's called the Brohio Podcast. Butt Chuggers Anonymous. The secret code to get in is Bill Wilkins. There's a video of me in Daisy Duke shorts dancing around with a huge wiener on my shoulders.
It's well worth the price of admission.
It is. You just put your credit card number in there next to Bill Wilkins, and you will move to the front of the line.
Yep. They'll cue you right up.
But yeah, these kids, these 20-year-olds showing up, these motherfuckers don't know how to party anymore, Rob. I'll say that.
Yeah.
These kids just don't know how to party. I was just, by the time they all wanted to paint their nails, guys and girls and shit, and they were just getting ready to, start drinking, and I already had a fucking pack case gone, dude. We play this game called Boom Cup.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Flip Cup where you go around the table, but there's like 15 or 20 cups in the middle of the table.
Okay.
And then you take a ping pong ball and you bounce it, and you got to try and get it in your cup. And then if you get it in your cup, you pass it to the right. But if you get it on the first try, you can give it to anybody at the table.
Okay.
So there's 2 cups going at once. And the object of the game is try and get, you pass it to the right. You got to try and catch the person in front of you. And once you catch them, you pass it after you make the ball in. You stack the cup in their cup, and then they have to take a drink from the middle of the table.
Okay. That's a lot.
Not nearly enough drinking going on for me.
Yeah. More playing than drinking.
There's one cup, like the bad cup, in the middle that they mix tequila and vodka and beer and just mix everything together. Mm-hmm. And if you're the last one out, you have to drink that cup. And the person that was out last, she was like, "No, I'm not drinking that." I was like, where's the fucking adventure in you people?
Right.
There's no fun to be had here.
Man.
And then my wife said that I needed a water. which I didn't agree with.
Sure.
I was fine. But in my brother's dining room where we were doing this, he's got a water tank and a cooler. You know,
nice. Yeah.
And I grabbed it and I unplugged it from the wall and I walked away with it because my wife said I needed water. So I took it.
Took the whole fucking water cooler with
My
you.
brother was hammered and he said,
That's not surprising.
"Get him, slap him with the water cooler." And then I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then I think everybody thought we were really fighting, but we were just messing with each other.
Dude, the best part of the best thing I've learned about kids, like your kids whenever they get older, is that their parties become your parties.
Yeah, man.
It's so fucking cool. It's like, hey, the kids' parties between 3 and 6, and then however late you want to stay after that's the adult party. So
The adult party.
yeah,
Lots of scissoring going on.
be
there.
a good time.
We have to finish this bourbon because I lost the lid just a little bit ago.
Oh man,
It's underneath the table somewhere. But
no, it's fine. That's
only time I go underneath
There
the
you go.
table is I'm trying to suck something out of a cobra.
I feel
Okay.
that, man.
Yeah. But again, guys, thanks so much for all the kind words from the 5 year.
Thank you, sir.
5 years are really special to us, and we're just gonna keep on rolling with it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep on rolling right into these new Patreon subscribers. Sensual Predator, not the Angry Predator. Thank you, Sensual Predator.
Not the sexual predator, but sensual predator.
Yeah.
Kimberly Zima.
Kimberly Zima.
Bet your Zima that it's Kimberly.
We're butt chugging all the Zima on this podcast.
Yeah.
Many years.
We've already brought it back once. We got to make it a second time.
5 years of butt chugging Zimas.
That's what we do.
The Shamus channel. Go check out the Shamus channel. That's SHAMUS.
Like the shitty wrestler.
Shamus, the Shamus channel. Go check him out.
What if it is Seamus?
No, it's not.
He's too white and ginger. Cody, either polos, like he likes the t-shirts, the polos, or it's got to be polos. Because if it was pollos, there'd be 2 L's. So yeah.
It's Spanish for chicken.
Yeah, Cody Chickens. Thank you very much, Chickens.
Erica. Thanks, Erica, for the Patreon pledge. I'm sorry your mom and dad spelled your name wrong.
That's with a C and a K.
See you in a case. You got the dick without the D. Erica. Thank you, Erica.
Next, we got Eat the Poo Poo. That's one of my. I love that video.
Eat the poo-poo.
Eat the poo poo. They eat the poo poo.
How about Butt McSpeedy Wiener?
Oh man,
Butt McSpeedy Wiener.
that's what my wife calls me.
Yeah, let's not even go there, Rob Dog. I told you a really sad story.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll tell them about it in a minute.
yeah, we'll see. Next, we got Abby. Thank you very much, Abby.
And last, but absolutely not least, Adrian Dick Hunter. Adrian Hunter, thank you for the Patreon pledge. You are probably the premier Dick Hunter that listens to this podcast.
That's what I've heard.
So thank you, Adrian, for the Patreon pledge. I was just telling Rob before we started rolling here. I was talking, me and my wife were getting intimate this past week. It'd been a not an incredibly long time, but life gets you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We started going at it like wild animals, and I think I topped my new low. I beat my new low. I think it was under 30 seconds.
Okay.
I just said, "Baby, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Baby, you're so pretty and you smell nice.
Right.
God,
Yeah,
sorry.
I like to do the old classic switcheroo and like make it
Her
all
fault.
about them. Yeah. Yeah. Like, well, if you didn't,
Maybe you just didn't sit at home and do Kegels all fucking day.
if you didn't have that wet, then yeah, it'd be. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Maybe you weren't doing Kegels with fucking 10-pound dumbbells while I'm at work.
Yeah.
God, contracting your vagina. If you do Kegels, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. We'd like to know all about.
Sorry, God made me with an extra sensitive wiener. I can't help it.
Yeah, my wiener's really sensitive too, Rob.
The doctor told me I have more sensation than most people. I can't help it.
Look, my doctor's office, he told me I got diabetes and shit.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers won't return my calls or my messages. Finally, I broke down today. I wrote them on the little chart thing online.
Yeah,
I
shirt.
I said, "Listen, motherfucker, I
need to
gotta know where I'm at." But the MA will call me and she's hood, buddy. She's hood.
Nice.
And she'll leave a message. She's like, Nick, yeah, you need to call me back. And then she'll hang up. It sounds like a girlfriend I owe money to. Whenever she calls her.
Yeah.
And I call him back, and then she doesn't answer, and then she calls me. but they're just like never ending back and forth trying to catch up with these people to find out if I'm a full-blown fucking diabetic or not.
Yeah.
But I've been eating better, and I feel a lot. I mean, I feel like usually when I would eat a bunch of carbs, a big burger or just something, a big pile of chicken wings, I would really feel bad afterwards, get kind of jittery, shaky, almost like I was crashing or just I wasn't in control of my body. But now I've cut out pretty much all the sugar except for the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Drink a lot of that.
Yeah.
I think there's sugar in bourbon.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know though.
Oh, I think all alcohol has it. Yeah, that's where the alcohol comes from, sugars.
And I haven't been eating bread very much.
Yeah.
Kind of cutting.
Good. That's good.
And I feel a lot better.
Yeah, get them carbs out, man.
Just eat meat.
Yeah.
I've been trying to stay away from the red meat too, because
I'll say it works for Liver King, but never mind.
red meat's bad for you, man. Yeah. It's kind of
but it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pretty eventful day myself. I was had a
coming under 30 seconds.
No, not that eventful. But I was I was working today, and one of my stops I had was in the hood where we used to live. Like,
oh, that's not the hood, bro.
No, one of the hoods where we used to.
That's home.
It was part of the hood.
Okay.
Not where we live, but the other side.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there doing my thing. I'm out in my truck doing my work, and this car pulls up to this. It's an apartment complex, so I'll just say that. And they pull up, and one of the apartment doors opens, and it's a young woman. She comes out, and she is just. First, let me preface this by saying that a couple minutes beforehand, I'd heard someone yelling. You could tell they were talking on their phone, and pretty much just saying like, "Pull up, we'll pull up. I'll beat the fuck out of you." I'm like, "Okay, hell yeah, I'm down for this." Mm-hmm. So I kind of just lagged around and just hung out, and I was
waiting
like, "Okay,
for somebody to die.
Let's see what the fuck happens." So I'm sitting there doing my thing, and a car pulls up, and this guy comes up with one of the pumpkin seats that has they carry your kid in.
Yeah.
And so it's some baby mama, baby daddy drama. Mm-hmm. So I see that, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, this is about to be good." Well, good or bad, depending on which way.
Yeah, someone's about to get shot.
Glass half empty type deal. And man, this dude goes in. She walks out the door trying to fight him right off the bat with the kid in his hand
in the pumpkin seat.
He goes in, sets it in a pumpkin seat. They go out into the front yard, what there is our front yard, and they just start yelling at each other. And she comes up, she swings on him, man.
Yeah.
And he's chasing her around this tree. And his buddy jumps out of the car and is trying to grab him and pull him back. And she lights him up. Yeah. Lights him up, drops him.
That's sad.
And she drops him. The dude swings a couple times, doesn't hit shit. He gets back up. His friend's pulling his shirt's all stretched out and stuff. And
she's wearing him out.
She's whooping his ass. And his friend grabs him, drags him in the car, puts him in the car, and the whole way, like as they're like getting in the car and as they're leaving, she's sitting in her door and she's like, "I just whooped your ass! I just whooped your ass!" And like, I'm sitting over here and like everybody in the whole area comes out and we're all sitting there watching together. And like I
you and your people.
I jump back and I'm hanging out with this dude and we're talking. We're just bonding.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Man, that's some crazy shit." And he's like, "Oh, dude, it's always like this over here." He's just sitting there like eating some fucking popcorn and stuff. Like no joke. He has like potato chips or something. He's sitting there eating them.
We got to go down there and do a live show.
Man, it was a lot of fun.
Go do a live show for the people.
The person I was doing work for, I went to their house afterwards. I was like, "Hey, sorry that took so long." I was like, I was sitting out there soaking in the drama, and she's like, "Oh, these motherfuckers never stop." She's like, "I have to shut my window sometimes." And I'm like, "Oh man, that sucks."
I'm glad you're still alive,
I fell for it. Yeah, it was fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of eventful times like that during work, so I mean,
we used to
like to bask in it.
I used to go to church. We used to take the church van and go down there and pick up the kids for church,
mm-hmm.
and then the little fucking babies would run up and beat the ever-loving fuck out of the church van every time we go down there. We just beat the shit out of it. And
dude.
I'm inside. I'm sitting inside of the church van like, we got to get the fuck out of here. It's bad.
Yeah.
The dude driving it's got a big gulp of fucking Jack Daniels and Coke, and he's driving us all around picking us up for church. He was always drunk. Now I know what that smell is.
Sure, sure.
Back then I didn't know, but
Man, it's so much. It's so much fun. I love it.
it is a lot of fun. Speaking of a lot of fun, Ohio deputy encounters drunk Amish guy slumped over in moving buggy.
There's Amish in Ohio, no way.
Yeah, we got a lot of them in northern Ohio, man.
So half of our state is Amish.
Yep. And what happened here is there was a runaway buggy on the road.
Okay.
Buggy's such a fun word.
It really is.
It can be a booger. It can be a horse-drawn carriage. But the buggy got away. And old Hezekiah was sleeping in the cab. He was face down, sleeping. And this fucking buggy's just like clop, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, running down the street. And the cop gets way ahead of the buggy and then gets out of the buggy. And when the buggy goes by, he's like, stop! And he punches the buggy, and the fucking horse just keeps going because there's nobody driving the horse.
No one controlling it.
But what was determined by the police is the horse knew the way back home, so the horse was just going home, and the dude inside the buggy, a young Amish fellow.
Yeah.
When he drove by, the cop saw some Bud Lights in the fucking cab. So it says an Amish man in Ohio was the subject of a low-speed police chase on May 14th.
I didn't know Amish were allowed to drink that corporate bullshit.
They're not allowed to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
He probably had his dick cut off for this.
I thought they had to make like hooch if they were going to drink.
Yeah, something like that, man.
Yeah.
Ashtabula Sheriff's Deputy Mike Talbert
Ashtabula, whoo.
attempted to stop the buggy at around 2:43 a.m. in Orwell, Ohio, but was unsuccessful and told other officers that the driver of the horse and buggy looked like he was asleep. Quote, there's a Bud Light can sitting in there, and he's passed clean out. And I did the liberty of going out and getting the body cam of
old fucking Jebediah was lit, bro.
Sad incident.
One Bud Light, and he's fucking blood alcohol levels of 4%.
He was.
He's dying.
He's fucking tapped out, bro. Let's get this over here.
I love it, man.
Get it going for you. And what you're initially going to see here is the buggy going by and the cop trying to just knock the buggy down.
Oh, shit.
Hey! Wake up!
It's got like LED lights all over it. It's the rave buggy.
The Bud Light can sitting in there and he passed clean out.
That's what he did for me.
He'll go home. The horse knows how to get home.
My call. I found him outside Philly.
He's just laughing.
418. He's eastbound on Bogue. B-O-G-U-E.
Bro, these are some good old boys.
They are. That's how you know your fucking dispatcher's an idiot, because you got to spell the names of the roads for him.
Man, this is like a
This is a third world country.
the Kentucky part of Ohio.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's way north. Yeah, that's what's funny. They sound like they're from like the mountains of Kentucky.
Staley and Bogue Road. He just turned eastbound on Bogue. And I yelled at the guy when he rode by, there's a Bud Light can sitting in the buggy. And I hit the side of the buggy and hollered at the guy. He's passed clean out. He slumped over.
I love it. Jesus.
No, I mean, I'm yelling, whoa, 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 and no. I'm going to see if I can get in front of him and slow.
So now what happens is they get in front of the buggy, and the buggy crashes into the cop
Oh
car.
my gosh.
down.
Damn horse don't know how to get home afterwards. Anyways.
21. You're getting check out?
So officer's getting out of his cruiser.
We might have it stopped. Nope.
Oh, there it goes. Did the dude just fell forward in the,
He just rammed it
in the
into
buggy? Is he? It looks like he's wearing a life jacket. Tell me, you see it?
Yeah, dude, he was swimming in the pussy,
It
probably.
looks like he's wearing a life jacket.
You missed the part of the cop's like, oh, he hit my buggy, or he hit my car.
Disregard. He just rammed it into my car.
Hey, stop your horse.
You got buggy insurance?
He said,
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Stop your horse.
I thought that thing in the life jacket was his head.
He said, stop your horse. That dude's so fucking drunk. I probably had 2 Bud Lights.
He said, "Stop your horse."
He said, I'm just trying to get home. I'm a potato farmer.
Hey, Stop your horse. Stop your horse.
He's like, I have a horse.
Well,
Stop your horse.
and if you
Get your horse.
look over here on the right side, also,
Yeah.
a bunch of like mutant fucking Amish people start walking out of his driveway because they hear another Amish person in the street in distress. And we can talk shit about Amish people because they're not allowed to listen to podcasts, so they'll never fucking hear this.
There's somebody in the YouTube chats from Ashtabula right now.
They're probably Amish. And these fucking mongoloids start marching out in the street to try and corral this horse.
That's where you guys go.
Grab your horse.
Dude, he's sloshed.
Hell yeah, he is.
Okay, grab the horse so it doesn't do any more damage, please. It's rammed it into
This
my
guy's fucking
car
haircut.
already.
Oh, dude. He looked just like Mose off The Office.
Coming around to grab him. I don't want him backing up. And
Bro, that buggy, man, that's
Yeah, that thing was busted, man.
that's great, dude.
It was a good time, man. It's a good time for everybody. You know, you out there in Amish country, you can go out there and you can vacation,
Yeah.
and they take really good care of people coming out there for vacation. And the food is just fucking incredible.
Yeah, they grow all the fucking ingredients themselves, man.
And you know, the bunch of ugly ass women out there. I don't
Sure.
know what the fuck they're putting in the water.
Legs looking like mine.
But they all look like they got like zebra eyes and shit. I can't. It's hard to explain. Look like catfish.
Yeah.
Look like catfishes.
I like snakes have the the vertical pupils.
That's what they have, man.
Or goat eyes. Goat eyes are really weird.
I think I've told the story where I broke down. I was driving like a fucking big rig dump truck thing back from Connecticut, and it broke down in Pennsylvania. And I coasted into this driveway, and like 50 little Amish kids come running out there, and they hop up on the hood of the car. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! And then the dad comes out. He's like, hey there, you having some problems with your automobile? I forget what he called it. And then I said, yeah, man.
Your motor car?
And I thought he was going to be like, oh, I'll help you out. He said, oh, there's a shop down the street. And I was like, fucking jeez, man. I said, we believe in the same Jesus, don't we?
Well, you people were supposed to be really good at fixing shit.
Yeah, I played the Jesus card on him. I said, well, Jesus would probably have you fix this motherfucker.
Yeah, I was totally thinking you were going to say all the kids just got underneath the hood and
Just
fixed
rip the
everything.
radiator out. No, they didn't
Yeah.
help me at all.
They can build a hell of a barn, I'll tell you that much, man.
They can. I had a dude chasing me that was following me. Fortunately, he pulled up and he took me to. We found a little radiator repair shop of
Okay.
all places that we could find.
Yeah.
We found a little radiator repair shop, and we went back to the jobs, back to where the truck was. We had to pull the radiator out and shit. But I needed some water, so I went back to the house to ask the Amish people for water, which in hindsight was stupid because
Yeah.
I don't even think they had running water. I think they had a. I think
It
they
was
had a
well.
well.
Yeah, it was well water,
And
which tastes like ass.
but all the people were gone except for a woman in the front that was picking potatoes, barefooted in a garden picking potatoes. And I walked up to her, and she looked at me, and when I saw her, I was like, "Holy shit!" She looked different, dude.
Yeah.
She didn't look like a real human. She looked like a humanoid.
Okay.
She looked weird.
Okay.
And I said,
She looked weird.
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you this, but you're absolutely beautiful. Because I just needed some water,
I really like them hobbit feet.
This fucking lady's never been told she's pretty, and she doesn't probably know
Sure.
know what it meant.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it sounded like someone wrung out a sponge when I said that to her. It sounded like somebody just had a fire hose, and then she tried to tell me like, hey, I'm not allowed to talk to you, but he's out further back there, and give me some space, get the fuck away from me. That they were a different world out there, man.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy to think that there's a whole. Is it religion?
I don't know what
is
it
it
is.
I don't know, just an upbringing of people that perpetually live like it's the late 1800s.
I have no idea.
It's so wild. It's so interesting. I know you've been, the Amish country quite a few times. I've never been, and like anytime, like I'm thinking, like I'm like, fuck, man, I want to go. I want to see what it's all about.
It's some Amish dudes in the prison system when I worked there. Last name was Mullet. I think they got in trouble for cutting each other's beards off
Oh, that's a hate crime.
For hate crime?
Yeah, that's a hate crime.
They were fucking assholes. They were
Were they?
bastards.
Really?
They were awful.
I mean, you know, yeah, you have them in every group, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
And this dude was fucking drunk off some Bud Lights.
Yeah. Bud Light Lime. All right, let's hop into the show here. We're already at 23 minutes.
That's
Great.
what we do, man. If
People are just going to tear us up for this.
If you don't like tangents, you came to the wrong podcast.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to go back and manually add in the fucking...
Oh, they're gonna say delete something. I was like, what? Did somebody say? Did we say a bad word?
No, I didn't have the track arm for the USB.
Oh, you didn't.
What a clown.
Oh, you didn't. Oh man.
That's all right. I just go back and
It's
add it.
okay.
Be fine. All right. This episode's called The Midnight Drive. This is situations of creepy scariness that happen to people while driving
I love it.
at night.
Love it. It's some good shit.
It is some good shit. We're going to pass these little stories back and forth. This first story is called The Bag. How scary could this possibly be, Rob? About 25 years ago, my sister and I were driving on a normally busy road, but it was late at night and it was deserted. We could both see something flapping on the road up ahead. I asked her what it was, and my sister said she didn't know, but what it looked like a black garbage bag. I agreed. It really looked like a bag lying on the road, being whipped lightly by the wind. Okay. As we approached, it completely changed shape. It went from being quite flat and small to morphing into a fully grown man on a bicycle.
Holy shit!
He's an Amish guy.
Had a couple Bud Lights in him.
As my first Bud Light, it wasn't too bad. He was just standing there in the middle of the road with his bike. We pulled alongside and asked if he was okay. He nodded but didn't speak. We drove off. We still talk about it because it was the strangest, creepiest thing ever, and we both still can't explain what we saw.
Very weird.
I remember one time when I was driving back from, I was DJing a wedding, and it was, I got held over pretty late. They were paying for me to stay late. They were paying me some overtime, because those DJ parties, if they wanted me to stay past the 3 or 4 hours, they have to start paying me overtime.
Hell yeah, man.
I would collect that Skrilla.
Make that money, bro.
Yeah, and I was coming back. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning coming back from Springfield, and I was kind of dozing.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, my eyes completely shut.
Oh, dude, I'm the worst at that.
But when my eyes shut, I saw the road with my eyes shut.
Uh-huh.
And I saw like a 4-legged, bald, it looked like a bear with mange.
Oh, shit.
Run across the road in front of me. But my eyes were closed. I was like imagining the road. And then when I opened as my eyes are shut, I see the animal and I start to swerve towards the trees.
Okay.
I open my eyes real fast. And like that like 2 seconds where your eyes are closed, you don't remember it happening.
Right.
It's crazy how it works.
Yeah.
But when I opened my eyes, I was swerving towards the trees just like I was with my eyes closed. But I was swerving because I saw some big fucking beast just shoot across the road on all fours, fast as shit, man. And it was just weird the way, if I had to bet money on it, it was just me having like a little quick lapse, little daydream type thing.
Sure, yeah.
But it was just weird how everything with my eyes closed matched up with everything that was in front of my face. Did I really see something that night? I don't know.
I think I kind of know what you're saying. I get the whole, your eyes closed, but it still feels like your eyes are open. Like you fall asleep, and this has happened a lot of times. Like if I have to take long drives, I'm like if I'm not like, once I get tired, I'm fucking tired. Like I can feel myself like if I do this like the long eye close for a second, I'm like I needed to switch drivers because I will get fucked up. But before I knew that. Before I knew, I will fall asleep while I'm driving because you get road hypnotized after you drive for such a long time, and if you haven't had a lot of sleep,
yeah, you do.
And there was so many times back in the day that, I remember driving 75 north, and I would just get in the zone where the little the white dotted lines on the road would just pass, and you'd get lulled to sleep.
Yeah,
and I'd be home before I knew it.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting here I don't I don't fucking know how that happened.
You don't remember anything that happened. Yeah.
No, it's so weird. But you can remember that you drove home.
Yeah.
But it's like, luckily nothing crazy happened.
Yeah. We used to drive back and forth to Phoenix a lot, and
That's a long. You used to drive
31 hours.
Holy
yeah.
shit!
There was one incident where we drove it. Well, I drove it straight through,
and halfway once you get out of once you get across the Mississippi, there's nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's outside of Missouri. Like, once you get outside of Missouri, it's nothing. But this was coming back. We were in Missouri. We probably had like 7 hours left or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember anything from Missouri until we pulled into my driveway. And it's the craziest. It's just a lost chunk of time but I drove it straight through. It was 31 hours, and she was pregnant. She was
31 hours.
I want to say she was like 7 or 8 months pregnant.
Straight through.
This
That's
is the first time we
great.
went there.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. This is
I mean,
backing up.
I guess that's bad because you were like asleep for half of it, but still, dude.
Fuck yeah, man! It was a scary deal, but
dude, that's why I have so much respect for truckers.
I made it.
I mean, I get a lot of them are coked up out of their minds, speed or whatever the fuck it is, but I totally get it, man.
They get them gas station yellow Hornets,
You got,
fucking blue bulls and
you
shit.
got deadlines, man. You got to make it.
Yeah.
This one is called The Pants. It's a very ominous title. I was working a night shift and rode a moped to work. The headlight was fairly dim, but on the way home, I saw what I can only describe as what looked like black pants floating slowly just overhead, but making a walking motion as they passed. I got a good look, and I still can't make heads or tails of what it actually was, and I sure as fuck wasn't going back to double check.
It's just some fucking pants moonwalking through the air.
Shit. The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, but there's just traveling pants.
There was those God, I can't remember the San Bernardino fucking night crawlers or the California night crawlers. What were those things?
Were they just pants?
They look like pants walking around. Yeah. Let me look at
There's
this.
a cryptid that looks like pants?
Yes.
Dude, that's fucking dope.
Let me see if I can find these.
I want to wear that cryptid.
The Fresno Nightcrawler. That's what it is.
What'd you... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did you search up cryptid pants? The Fresno. So it's California. You're right.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just look like pants walking around.
Dude, I just think of it... Just bodiless pants walking around is hilarious.
We can't play her.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get it up on the
Sorry, Vanessa.
screen here.
You've earned enough money off that.
Yeah, look at
Holy
it, man.
shit.
It's surveillance footage.
Yeah, those are some fucking pants or a giant wishbone. Those are fucking pants.
Yeah, man. It's just, and they're all like stumbling. Like if your top, look at it. If your top of your body got, if the top of your body got cut off and you're just a pair of swishy pants walking around, that's what you would look like. You just don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Some fucking windbreakers.
It's like a worm that got cut in half. It just doesn't know what the fuck it's doing.
That fucking wind didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, those are the Fresno night crawlers. Which,
Man, that's cool.
yeah,
I like that.
there's a few different videos of them walking around like that.
Just not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Walking all over property
It's a
lines
pair
and
of
shit.
swishy Adidas walking around.
Dude, it's dope.
This one's called Waterhead. I was on
Oh, yes.
I-80 about 10 or 11 years ago in northeast Pennsylvania, and it was dusk. A feral-looking child, about 10 years old, scrambled across the highway from the woods on one side into the woods on the other side, like running but also using its arms.
Oh, shit.
Creepy.
Okay.
And it had an unusually large head and a skinny body. I was alone and totally freaked out. I considered stopping because I thought it was a child, but then thought, fuck no, and kept driving. So creepy.
Oof.
Gotta watch out for them watermelon heads around here. And actually, Ohio is home to the melon heads.
Yeah, melon heads.
We did a little live show on those guys once.
Yeah. I just the term, like I remember the whole time we were doing that show, I was just dying over the the name melon head.
Couldn't stop laughing about melon heads.
Because I can just picture, like there was that one commercial back when we were kids. I don't remember what candy it was, but was it? It was they would eat the candy and their heads would turn into. Was it Airheads?
I think it was blow pops.
Blow pops? It was something. Yeah, and their heads would turn into whatever fruit flavored candy they were eating. And that's what I kept thinking of was fucking melon. It's just a guy eating a fucking watermelon and his head turning into a melon.
I think it was
let's see. It wasn't that one.
No.
Gushers.
Gushers. Was it Gushers?
Thank you, Dalton. Yeah, it was definitely Gushers.
Gushers commercial.
Let me see here. Was this it?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Tree flavored Gushers.
Oh yeah, there it is. So good, man.
Like nothing you've ever seen.
Damn it.
Like nothing you've ever tasted.
Who's the new kid?
Yeah, I
Who's the
think
new
it's.
kid?
New mystery.
There it is.
So there's this.
Yeah.
Should we?
There's this TikTok channel that I subscribe to, and they always talk about like forgotten, not necessarily forgotten media from the 90s, but like stuff that every person that grew up whenever they were a kid that they know they saw, but you may not remember. Yeah. And there's so many cool things on there, man. And like I was walking through the store the other day, and it made me think of the same thing. I think I've talked about them before, but there's the Squeeze-Its. So you remember Squeeze-Its, right?
Yeah, the drink.
Yeah, the little Kool-Aid.
They don't have Squeeze-Its anymore. They only have Kool-Aid Jammers.
Yeah, they have Kool-Aid Jammers. But there was a specific Squeeze-Its that they would come with little tabs, little bitty, looked like barn animal food, and you would pop it in the top of the Squeeze-It, and whenever you would drop it in, it would change colors. It would make it change colors. And I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. And I thought about that the other day whenever I saw those jammers. And I was like, holy shit, do you remember those? You'd pop the little capsule in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Look like there's barn animal food in there.
I blame it on watching that TikTok channel and seeing like these, random weird. It was a commercial for it was one of the stupid games that you would play that it was like you had like 2 paddle handles that you would hold, and there was like each person was those 2 people, so there was 4 handles, and there was 2 strings, and they would attach to the handles, and there was a ball in the middle, and you would pull it out, and the ball would zoom across.
I remember that.
Yeah, and like, fuck, what was that thing called?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, and I remember like that's what made me think. I was like, oh shit, dude, I remember that commercial was dope. Yeah. I remember I wanted one of those 90s ads and commercials were so enticing.
Crossfire! Crossfire!
Yeah.
Crossfire!
So I'd been thinking of that and like fucking moon shoes and shit like that I forgot about.
I was always too chunky for moon shoes. My mom and dad got me some, and I blew the fucking rubber bands out first try. My dad's like, "Oh, buddy, you tried your best. You tried your best not to be fat." But they got your ass.
Let's see here. From here, we go to another dimension.
Ooh.
We saw ourselves drive past, and I still can't explain how. We passed the exact same car going up a rural mountain road in the middle of the night. It was a very distinct vehicle, so the chances of us being mistaken were much lower, even in the dark. It was a 1985 Dodge Omni with aftermarket spokes on the hubcaps, and one of the doors was a different color than the rest of the car. It was a Franken car.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah. It was too dark to make out the details of people in the car, except that there were 2 of them. We turned around as quickly as we could and raced back up the mountain to try to catch the other car. But since it was such a narrow, winding road, turning around was difficult, and we never found them. We both think it was actually us from some alternate reality or timeline that we accidentally crossed over into.
Dude, what if you
cool.
left here tonight, we got done doing the stuff that we do with each other, and then you went home and you started to walk in, inside, and you looked through the living room window, and there you were in the living room just like, sucking on a Dr. Pepper, fucking wrestling with the kids and shit.
Yeah.
Would you go inside and confront him, or would you would you just go like disappear forever?
I don't think I would confront. I think I would observe for a little bit, and then I would move along my way.
You just get
Yeah,
start a new life.
I'd be like, I've fucking seen enough.
You're like, this is finally my chance to get the fuck out of here.
I'll tell you something similar to this that's really, really just as creepy, and something that I experienced this past week. I think it was on Thursday. Really vivid deja vu.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about deja vu before and like weird things, but like this is another work story. So I was working last week and I had this place in Germantown that I was going to, and
Lots of hillbillies out there.
yeah. So I pulled in just as I pulled into the parking lot of this place. I see the building and immediately I'm hit. I'm like, this has fucking happened before. Like I've been to this place before, but this place nobody had ever been to before.
Okay.
But I know that I had. I got there, walked around. I knew the layout of the building already somehow, and I've never been there, but I had. And nobody was there, so I called.
That's a little deeper than deja vu.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. I called the person, and because nobody was there, so I was like, okay. Let me make sure these people are coming out, so we can get this job done to get taken care of, so I can get paid.
They answer the phone like, I was born in the dark.
Like I called the person. They said nobody's there now. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be there. I remember that exact conversation happening before. Exactly. Got in. I knew where everything was at. I knew how to get down to their basement, which is where I needed to go. I've never been there before, but
was it an old house or
it was a building. It was an old business. It used to be a fire station, but it had been inoperable. Like it hadn't been used in years.
Dude, that's weird. That's
and they had completely remodeled it.
So I know in your mind you're trying to chalk this up as deja vu, but that's more of like a reincarnation type story.
Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, this is gonna sound really weird, but this has happened before. Like, this building is extremely familiar to me. Like, I know this building, and even down to the phone call that I just had. The phone call had happened before.
Do you remember like dying there at all or anything?
No, I didn't remember the guy that showed up and showed me around or anything. But like I was like weirded out. It was really weird.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I hadn't even done drugs in
a long time.
in a long time. Yeah, so I don't know.
Nothing cool like that ever happens to me.
That's the first time. Like I'll get deja vu every now and then, and it'll be like strong. Like I'm like, oh, I've been here before, but nothing like that. That was just different.
That's weird, man.
It's really weird. Yeah,
I'd beat the shit out of that dude for no reason.
I don't know how to explain it, man. Fucking weird.
The next story is called The Gas Station. This happened when I was trying to make the 19-hour drive from Connecticut to Florida without stopping to sleep.
Good Lord. Sounds like you.
Yeah, dude, it's not good. And I had another trip to Phoenix. I had strep throat diagnosed when we got to Phoenix, but I was already feeling the full brunt of strep throat before we took off.
Yeah.
And she thought I was just trying to get out of going to Phoenix, and I said, no, I'm ill.
I want to go to Phoenix, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's all right.
Yeah. It's pretty dope. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, sure.
But we stopped in New Mexico, and that felt like a fucking fever dream. Stopping that part of New Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was weird, man. The lady at the desk she had no emotion whatsoever. Deftones is cranking on the radio.
Hell yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, oh, Deftones, that's cool. And she just like, stared a hole right fucking through me. It was so weird. I walked into the gas station. I think I went for drinks or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was so fucked up on NyQuil that I don't even know what day it was.
Right.
But there was like a thick haze in the building that I just couldn't see through. It wasn't my eyes. There was like a thick glaze or haze in the building, and I couldn't see through it. And I'm just looking through this gas station trying to find what I need, and then it's just like, cranking fucking Deftones. And
that already put you in a weird mood because you're like, Deftones is like kind of chill.
Deftones in the middle of the desert with nothing around.
Yeah.
On like an old FM radio boombox.
Right.
Yeah, dude. I'm lucky to be alive after that shit. I was on I-95 South just after midnight somewhere in South Carolina, and I was about 100 miles away from running out of gas. I saw a sign that said there was a gas station at the next exit, so I got off. The exit ramp turned into a four-way intersection.
Okay.
You could turn left or right, or if you went straight, you could get right back on the highway. I pulled up to the end of the ramp, looked to the right, and there was the gas station. I started heading in that direction, but then I saw something that made me slam on my brakes. I looked at the gas station, and I suddenly saw 6 people dressed in white shirts and white pants dancing around the parking lot. It creeped me out. I didn't think there was anything supernatural about it at the time, but it was really odd that a group of people were dancing in an empty gas station parking lot around midnight.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any music, but all 6 of them were moving like they were in a big mosh pit. Then one of them noticed me. He had been dancing very fluidly right at the front of the gas station, but all of a sudden he stopped, looked right at me for a few seconds, and started walking toward my car really quickly.
Oh, no.
As he took the first few steps towards us, he seemed to just snap. I don't really know how else to explain it, but it looked like a man's spine completely bent
Oh, no.
at a 90-degree angle as he lurched into a weird power walk and continued walking right at my car,
Oh, no.
staying all hunched over like that. I floored it, went straight through the intersection, got right back on the highway. As I pulled away, my girlfriend and I simultaneously said something like, "Did you fucking see that?" Her version of the story was identical to mine. The only difference is that she only saw 5 gas station dancers,
Okay.
whereas I saw 6 of them. We got gas at the next well-lit rest stop, an actual truck stop, not just some gas station off the side of the road.
Oh, God.
She's my wife now, and we have an unofficial wedding vow that we'll never stop in South Carolina for gas at
That's
night ever
crazy.
again.
Hell no. Fuck that.
I'd be like, "Hey, bitch, get the fuck back.
Fuck South Carolina.
I ain't fucking playing with you, bro." That's why I don't fucking, my wife gets upset with me, but when people will come up and knock on the car window,
Oh,
like,
dude.
"Can I get money?" Dude, I'm like, get the fuck out of
Yep.
here. I don't know. I mean, I just don't like, I like to help people, but Jesus, people that
Yeah.
just are so forward to come up and beat on your shit.
My wife's a lot more bleeding heart with that than I am, and I'm just like, the second I see him walking towards him, I'm like, I'll look over there, I'm like, no.
Oh, no, dude, I tell him, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, leave us alone.
Like, bro, I don't fucking have any money.
We didn't ask you to come over here.
Right.
Maybe if it was scenarios were a little different, but just, I don't know, man.
That dude probably makes more money than what I do. And I fucking work for it.
It's hard for me to say, and I feel bad for people that are down on their luck too.
Sure.
Don't mistake me for someone just a big nasty bastard. But
I'll give every now and then, but I can usually tell, a well-seasoned panhandler.
and what really pisses me off is if I'll say, I'd say I don't have any cash. And they'll be like, "Oh, well, can you hook me up with a gas pump?" I'm like, "Motherfucker,
Fuck you, bro.
get the,
They pull out their smartphone with the square.
Yeah.
Like, well, can you hit me with the card then?
yeah, give me that cash app." So now I'm a bastard about it. I'm like, "No, get the fuck, get back."
I get it.
So I don't feel bad. Whatever.
I'm going to go piss.
Alrighty.
I'm like over here doing the fucking...
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it in your pussy. Oh, kitty. Hey, YouTube guys. How's everybody? I got a stuffy nose. My allergies are awful. I'm out of nose spray. Yeah, I got to go to the post office. I saw I got a package today, but I get home and the post office is closed, so I may not be able to get there. I may not be able to get there until Saturday. What is the fuck is strange ass voicemail here? Okay, I don't know. Oh, my wife's calling me. Hello. Hey. Hi. That happens.
Hey, Bumpy.
That's good. Yeah, we're recording.
Step over the cord here.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
All right. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I just got back from taking a big fat piss. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I had a lot of coffee today, so it's not even the alcohol making me piss now. So,
Nice.
and I only mention that because it's it smells like I'm pissing coffee. So, yeah, good times.
Okay. They're fine.
Pete, yeah, as of right now, yes.
All right. God, dude, I fucking hate. It's only when I do this goddamn podcast my nose gets stuffy.
Yeah,
Piece of
I've been
shit.
good the past couple times. I don't know, man. It's kind of hit and miss sometimes. Let me finish doing this here.
Midnight Drive. Gotta save it.
Okay, that works. Damn, that was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Good one.
I installed a dash cam in my car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start fucking wiping people out.
Hell yeah.
Record it. I want to get in a gunfight.
At least you'll have it recorded.
Yeah. Little kitty in it. Yeah.
I did. She was just hanging out outside the door out there, just soliciting. So I just let her in.
You're so bad.
She's a naughty little kitty.
Look how bad you are. Yes. So bad.
Just a bad little kitty.
Oh, she's coming up.
Oh.
She scratches me when I stop petting her. That's what she does.
Well, I get your attention.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, God.
I'm ready whenever you are, Daddy.
Alrighty. Okay, we're back. Rob's done taking a pee.
I am. It was a great one.
That was a
Thanks for asking.
Good stinky one.
Oh, it was. Straight coffee piss.
Yeah.
Love it. I had like a gallon of coffee today, so yeah, it's been rough.
I got coffee burns in my underwear this week.
How'd that work?
Smelled like shit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Smelled like poop. We were having an argument at work. I was talking to these guys about they don't let their wives. So the way the laundry works in my house, my wife does 98% of the laundry,
Mm-hmm.
and I usually fold the towels. That's usually
Sure.
the only thing she'll let me do because
Yeah.
I'm too stupid for anything else.
Right. I get that.
But these guys, these fucking grown, manly men at my work don't let their wives wash their underwear.
Huh.
Like they got Cadbury cream eggs in their shit, or like they fucking shit themselves. And they're like, no. My one buddy's like, I got a separate pile for just my underwear because I don't want to
What
touch
the
my
fuck?
underwear.
That's weird.
And I told him, I said, that's weird, man.
Yeah, man, that's really strange.
That's weird. I'll fucking jack off and shit my underwear and then send them to the wash.
Yeah, leave your pee dots and everything in
yeah,
there.
they stink. Like,
Yeah, man.
and she doesn't say anything to me. She just washes them like a soldier. She doesn't.
The way I see it, if my wife smells my underwear, that's on her. You know what I mean? If you're gonna put that much amount of paint up in your nostrils, go for it, baby girl.
We're
It's getting hot right now. So fucking have at it.
all these stories run together now. But back in the day, I was house sitting for some people, and I always see in the movies where the really creepy dudes would smell panties,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a woman that was mid 20s that lived in the house.
Okay.
And I was house sitting for him, and her underwear were sitting out in the hallway outside the bathroom, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to smell them, just see what, because, I'd never,
Yeah.
I think I was like 11 or 12, and I picked these things up,
Uh-huh.
and I was prepared to take a big breath, like a big,
Sure.
I got about this far, and I was like, I was gagging, dude.
Yeah, man.
I fucking folded up in the hallway like I got shot. They stunk, dude. And They smell like poop, blood, and piss. All of it together.
Oh, man.
And then from that, for about the next 2 weeks, I had a pretty serious girlfriend. I told her, like, look, I think I might be fucking gay because if that's what, if this is the kind of shit that I have to deal with, and my girlfriend,
I really like you, but I'm not going to smell your underwear.
it was the girl I dated in like 6th and 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I asked her, I'm like, do you guys, like, women's panties smell really bad? I didn't tell her, I was sniffing some woman's panties. But I asked her, I'm like, what do your panties smell like? She said, I don't know. I've never smelled my panties.
Oh, that's a good
And
answer.
we got in a big fight because I called her a liar and stuff. I'm like, everyone smelled their underwear before. And I wanted her to tell me, like, listen, it smells like I shit myself every time I take my panties off.
Those are the ones that make the most money nowadays.
I was fucked up, man. Dude, those were easily $5,000 pair of draws. There's big old fucking fudge stripes in them. And
Grade A Japanese vending machine underwear.
God, dude.
Oh, man.
So that ruined me for a while. And then
Yeah.
the first time I got intimate, touching genitals and shit, I expected the absolute worst.
Yeah.
I expected to get
Like a war zone.
poop on my finger from fingering a girl.
Yeah.
Luckily, I fought through that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And women, in fact, my wife taught me this, do not shit out of their vaginas.
Yeah, it's good to know.
I thought that woman did. And I wanted to tell her. And to this day, I'm still friends with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, listen, you need to get that motherfucker looked at. She's older now. She's probably 50 or something now. But at the time, I said, you got some shit going on with you.
Right.
And it's fucking gross. Maybe I caught her during a yeast infection.
Yeah, it was just a bad time.
Or maybe she was on her period. My wife said sometimes when women are on their period, they're kind of like their bowel movements aren't really normal and they kind of fart a little more.
Okay.
Get a little gassy.
So maybe you just got like an extra farty pair.
I got a big old fucking pair of period panties.
Yeah.
It smelled like a fucking frog aquarium, like a
You got the fucking poot protectors.
bucket of dead frogs. That was nasty. If your underwear smells like a turtle aquarium, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Here comes my email.
Incoming!
From here, let's go on to our next story. This one is, please call the cops. I'm not telling you to, please don't call the cops to me. This is what the story is called. This is what Nick's named it.
Yeah, don't swat us.
Yeah, please don't swat us. I got priors and warrants. Mm-hmm. I was driving through the Canadian Rockies late at night and had just passed through a small town, so I'm driving through the pitch black and I need to stop to pee and have a smoke. And nothing goes hand in hand better than pissing and smoking. But because it's so dark, I missed the last rest stop for the next while. No problem. The highway is just completely deserted, so I pulled to the side of the road, have me a pee while staring out in the dark, and then light up a cigarette and stand by my car.
What a awesome thing that would be. Just
Yeah, man.
in the middle of nowhere, having you a fucking Camel. And
I've said this before, I've never smoked cigarettes, but it looks cool as fuck.
it does look cool.
It
Some
looks
people-
really fucking cool.
Some people make it look really cool.
Yeah.
Other people just make it look kind of obsessive, compulsive.
Yeah, Justin Rimmel's the best at making it look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has that Marlboro man
The
look.
James Dean thing.
Yeah, right. And me, I would just look like a fucking loser.
Yeah, why are you smoking it backwards?
You're not supposed to smoke it with your butt.
Put the filter in your mouth.
As I'm standing there, I see a figure of a man just walking out of the tree line. I'm miles from civilization, patchy cell service, and there isn't a soul on the road. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, and maybe it was a deer, but nope, this was a man. So I calmly walk back to my driver's door and get in, locking the doors behind me. Smart move. I lost my spot. I accidentally hit something in it.
I'm keeping my eye on this guy as I nervously smoke and have my car in drive, ready to peel out.
There we go. Ready to peel out, but for some reason I just stayed put. I don't know, I hit something and it jumped me down like a whole page.
I'm stupid too.
The guy walks right up to my passenger door and knocks on the window. I crack the window and I ask, "What's up?" He replies to me in a very serious tone, "I need you to call the cops." I cautiously ask why, and he tells me that he had gone out into the woods to kill himself, but he couldn't go through with it because he had thought of his daughters right before he was about to do it. I call the cops while the guy quietly cries outside. He had a kitchen knife that he was going to use on himself, so I stayed in the car and advised him to maybe leave the knife on the ground before the cops arrived. The cops came and got him, but before they left him, I gave him a solid heart-to-heart and wished him well. I still think about him. I hope he was able to turn things around.
That would be emotional, man.
Yeah, man. I can imagine.
And I've been thinking about, death. Not that I want to die or anything, but just trying to come to grips with what death will be like.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be so terrified of death that it was almost debilitating. It would grip my mind all day, the thought of dying. But then I'm thinking, just over the past few weeks, I just come to the realization that once it does happen, I'm not going to know it happened.
Sure.
It's just going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be like an eternal rest.
Just going to go to sleep.
Right.
It's going to be over.
Yeah.
Which is still sad.
Yeah, I like to think I'm not going to say I like to think about it, but I mean, I think about it quite often, and I mean, and I don't know if it's a thing with like age and, just to show how much different when you're young. I used to think about it all the time when I was younger. Like, just thinking like, man, like, one day I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is going to exist. It's just, you get in like this weird little thing where you're like, why does anything I do matter if I'm just going to be fucking dead?
If I'm gonna fucking die, yeah. But,
right.
You leave something behind.
For sure. I mean, this is, as a late teenager and, early 20s, you think about it and you're just like, it's terrifying. But I mean, it's like, I think as you come to an adult, it doesn't get less scary. I think it's always scary, but it's just more of the fact that it's something you kind of come to grips with.
Right.
And you just hope that when you go, it's not a bad way.
Yeah, and I'm in this Facebook group called "Why Did I Decide to Uncover This Image" or something like that.
Oh, that's fun.
And it's just really gruesome deaths. And I saw a cartel one today. They took a pickaxe. They got a guy sitting on the ground with his arms tied behind his back, and they take a pickaxe and they swing it at his face. He's sitting on the ground, and they swing it like a ball bat with the pointed edge towards his face.
Yeah.
And this pickaxe just goes through his eye and out the back of his head.
Ooh!
And he like breaks the rope, I think, or he buries his face somehow. I kind of turned away, but he buries his face, and like to grab his eye. So after that thing went through his fucking head, he was still alive, and he was like trying to like hold his face and shit.
Yeah,
I had to turn it off. It was bad.
There's not many videos, I mean, that do that to me anymore.
Oh, those cartel ones?
The cartel ones fucked me up, yeah.
Really bad.
I remember, like, I would see, like, there was a lot of videos as I was, discovering the internet and going through, and I always had, like, a real dark, like, sense. I could just take shit, and then I remember the first video that ever really fucked me up was I think it was called 2 Guys, 1 Hammer.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
As a Russian one.
Yeah,
and
that was really bad.
Hammer and screwdriver on a random dude. It's bad. It fucked me up for a while. And then the ISIS ones, the beheading ones, those fucked me up.
They do some really bad. ISIS does some really bad shit, man.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean, like, certain shit doesn't bother me. Like, I feel kind of heartless. I'm like, damn, that sucks. Scroll to the next one.
Yeah.
There's a subreddit. I don't know if it's still active. I'm sure it is. It was called 50/50.
Yeah.
And it would be like a field of flowers or someone shooting themselves in the head in a field of flowers, and you'd click on it, and you'd have to, you had a 50/50 shot of getting either one of those images. And it was like, man, shit desensitizes you real quick.
I'm gonna send you the.
I'll
send you the link to that.
Okay, cool.
And you can feel what I feel every day.
3 Guys, 1 Hammer. That's what it's called. Thank you. That one fucked me up.
This next story is fun. It's called Pinching the Wiener.
I love it.
I parked off an exit ramp at about 3 a.m. for my 10-hour break. This is a semi-truck driver.
Okay.
The moon was full and high, and I spotted an unmistakably human figure in a nearby cut cornfield. A little spooky, but I just wrote it off as an old-timer putting up a scarecrow for the grandkids. I started watching a few YouTube... This isn't the one I'm thinking. There's another one that's funnier.
Okay.
I started watching a few YouTube videos before turning in, and out the corner of my vision, I saw movement. I shut my lights off to get a good look, saw the figure, but nothing else. I couldn't be sure, but it looked like maybe it was in a different spot, maybe a little even closer. I was definitely feeling a bit spooked. Highway was devoid of anyone besides a car passing every 10 minutes or so. I didn't want to, but I had to jump out to pee. I considered a bottle, but I told myself I was being childish. I took a look at the figure, and it was right where I figured it should be. Okay, I hop out, walk between my truck and trailer, and start leaking. Every fiber of my being wanted to look at the figure in the field. I told myself again I was being foolish, but I couldn't help it. I looked out. The field was empty. The figure wasn't there. My stomach dropped. I pinched off my wiener and jumped back in my truck. I took off down the highway, didn't give one shit about a violation, stopped 40 minutes up the road at a well-lit and very full Loves. Haven't stopped on a ramp since.
I absolutely love Loves.
I like truck stops.
Loves are my favorite. Like, if we're going on a road trip and I see a Loves,
Pulling off.
oh man, I will wait. If we need gas, I will potentially run us out of gas to wait for a Loves.
To get to a Loves.
They're so fucking cool, man.
What?
So much shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's that big truck stop in Iowa, I think. They got like a barber, a dentist.
Oh, it's so
They got
cool.
All kinds of stuff.
Most truck stops just have like they have your normal restaurants, and then they have like a fucking cell phone repair service. Like,
Yeah.
if you broke your fucking screen as just being pissed off at other drivers.
Pissed off being a trucker and have to sit on a fucking donut all day.
Yeah, man. Get hemorrhoids bothering you real bad.
Oh man, I couldn't. That was I tried to get my Class A license there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a job I would want to do, man. It's.
I have so much respect for
I
drivers.
do, mad respect, mad love, but
Like I said, I fall asleep, man. I can't do it.
yeah, but I think it would be so cozy to sleep in the back of one of those things, though.
I remember whenever we were younger. I think we were in elementary school. We went to different elementary schools, of course, so maybe yours was a different time frame. But I think around 5th grade year, we had like a career day, and they had the fire truck come. They had like all these different people come to the school, and you like we went out to the parking lot, and I remember there was a guy who came with a semi truck. He may have been one of the kids' dads or whatever. But dude, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I remember getting up in there and seeing this fucking big ass bed in the back.
Yeah,
and I was like, "That's so fucking cool."
That'd be the coziest sleep ever. I feel like.
Yeah, everybody else was so like stoked on the fire truck, and here I am. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fuck yeah, I can drive and then sleep." Hell
I
yeah!
want to make a trucker bomb.
Like God, no wonder my parents hated me.
That's the reason why. We think he's going to be a trucker, so we're not going to feed him, and we're going to beat the shit out of him.
Right.
This next one is the one I thought that was super funny. So,
Do you want to take it?
I mean, you can read it. I was saying this is the one that I thought.
Okay.
You can take it though.
I mean, I can tell by the title. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Please pee on me. That's not a request. That's just what the
This is
what the
another
title
trucker
is.
story.
Hell yeah, dude. Truckers have the best stories. COVID was raging, and there was a truck stop, the only one around for a long while. I stopped there and parked, needing to pee badly, but the actual truck stop was closed with no available restrooms, and I had no empty bottles or anything to pee in, so I was desperate and tried to find a secluded spot. That's the worst. I usually always have a bottle in my car just in case, but if you don't, that's the fucking worst.
Dude, pissing at when tailgating at the Bengals.
Oh,
There is nowhere to pee, man, and you gotta let little kids see your dick and stuff. You're really walking the line there. It's pretty scary.
I was trying to find a secluded spot, and the best place I could find was in some bushes. As a man, my options are much more plentiful. Unfortunately, the spot would be visible to one trucker that was parked nearby. I saw that he was awake in the cab in the daylight, so I thought it would be polite to approach him and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. Their restrooms are closed, and I'm gonna have to pee in those bushes right there. I just wanted to let you know, so things don't get fucking weird." He was an older guy and responded, "No, man. You can go between my tractor and trailer and pee there on the ground. No one can see you there." I chuckled and said, "Thanks, sir, but if I'm going to do that, I'll just do it in between my own tractor and trailer." And I started walking back towards my truck. He called out, No, do it in between my tractor and trailer." Something was really disturbing, though admittedly funny, about the guy insisting that I pee between his truck and trailer.
I feel like that dude was definitely trying to get his fucking wiener sucked on right there.
Hell yeah. Fucking piss kink through and through, man.
For sure. I'm watching, I think I told you the last episode I started watching Ozark.
Yeah, I need to rewatch. I think we were 2 seasons in and then we stopped.
A lot of gay tension there in that first season. A lot of
See, that's the thing. Like, I feel like at this point I need to go back and rewatch the entire season because I don't really remember much of it.
It's so good. So I have 2 episodes left in the first season, and it's really fucking good.
Yeah, I remember thinking the wife was kind of cunty.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a pregnant stripper that's really hot. Well, I shouldn't say really
Was she one of the
hot.
ones that worked at the bar?
She works at the strip club, but she has really big boobies.
Okay.
Yep. So I shouldn't say hot. There's just a lot of nudity in that
Just
show.
big titties equates to hot. I get it.
She's about 8.5 months pregnant too.
Hell yeah, bring it on, baby girl.
Oh, hey, yo, man.
You know, the best thing about that, you can't get her pregnant.
Dude, I think my wife's sex drive intensified 5 million% while she was pregnant.
Oh yeah, that
all
happens,
3
man.
times. It's
That
wild,
happens.
dude. You're afraid you're gonna fucking hurt the baby and shit.
Yeah.
And she reassured me several times. She's like, "Promise, you're not gonna hurt that thing. So you go as hard and as deep as you want. You're not gonna hurt the baby." And I'm like, "How do you fucking know?
Yeah.
How do you know? You know how low the head is and how high my head is? I get a little fucking turd-to-cranium contact right there. You know, whatever the fuck's going on."
Yeah. She's like, "Boy, I know my vaginal canal goes at least 6 inches, and I know you ain't packing the 6, so go for it." Yeah. Push it hard.
I do this really weird thing now. But every time we're around my mom, I always like I'll start complimenting how good of a job she used to do changing my diaper. And we were around someone she knew the other day, and they were talking, and I wasn't really talking. And I was just like, "Mom, you remember when you used to change my diapers?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You were really good at that." Start like panting.
I do want to give your mom props for answering our phone call last week.
Yeah, she was nice too.
Yeah, I think she knew it was a special occasion.
She
If we
didn't-
called her tonight, she definitely,
She'd hang up.
she wouldn't be that respectful.
If I called to compliment her diaper changing skills, she'd hang up on me.
Mom, remember you changed my diaper?
All right, for the sake of getting through these fucking things.
Ah, fuck it.
Okay, all right. This next one's called Humper. Driving in the backwoods of northern Georgia, heading home. The moon is out, but the country-ass road had no street lights. So basically, my headlights are it. I can see silhouettes of things on the side of the road ahead of me. This massive shape comes out from behind a tree and begins squirming along the side of the road up ahead.
Ooh.
I slow down and ponder if I want to go forward anymore because while I had no idea what it is, I do know it's large. Looks about as tall as my car and just as long. And I thought I saw spikes on its back. It was
Damn,
a
fucking Stegosaurus.
It's a Dicosaurus Rex.
Holy shit.
And it's moving all weird. I decide, screw it. I begin slowly going forward. I'm in a car. It can handle anything the state of Georgia can throw at it. Get closer to the thing and notice it's undulcating. What word is this? I get closer and
Undulatingly.
and notice it's funny. I turn ever so slightly to hit it with my headlights. It was a deer trying to hump another deer.
Hell yes.
It was a deer trying to hump another deer, and I guess not quite getting it in there. I didn't stop laughing until I got home because I was sure for a moment I was going to be attacked by some ancient, unspeakable demon. He thought I was a skinwalker, but it was just 2 deers trying to fuck each other.
That's awesome.
There was I saw a video on TikTok today. This guy walks out his front porch, and he has like a one step, and he goes down the step, and when he goes down the step, he steps on a baby deer, and it goes, me, and then he goes, ah, and screams.
What
dude.
the fuck?
And then he runs into the yard because he's scared because he stepped on the baby deer, and then the baby deer's mom hears him scream. So the baby deer's mom comes running and starts fucking chasing the guy around the yard,
no.
and he's just like screaming at the top of his lungs. This old dude, yeah.
Oh man.
We had Waffle House tonight for dinner. Me and two of the girls went, and there was this. He was either a really young grandpa or a really old dad. We come in with two preteen girls, and they kept on asking him for money for the jukebox, and he kept on telling them, no, 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 and then finally he's like, all right, I'll go play some music, and they're like, oh my god. And he went over, and this dude spent $13 on 3 Doors Down. Like, it was all 3 Doors Down music.
Oh my gosh.
When I'm locked up in the Waffle House. So it was like 4 or 5 3 Doors Down songs, and then it was Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera.
Hell yes.
And he told them, they were like rolling their eyes and shit. He told him that he played the Christina Aguilera song for them because it popped up, and he's like, oh, this looks like something they would like. So he played that for them, and they're like, what the fuck is this?
That's cute.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like, I'm here without you, baby. It was all kinds of 3 Doors Down.
Fucking dad rock, man.
And I'm eating a fucking peanut butter waffle.
Dude, Waffle House is so
Cheeseburger.
fucking good. Ugh.
It was good.
God, and the fact that you can see a fight while you're eating. It's dinner and a show.
We were the only people there.
I
and
figured.
those people.
I figured at that time.
Yeah. Only motherfuckers doing that.
Black Cat. I was once driving home from my ex-boyfriend's house at around 3 a.m. That's a fucking booty call right there.
Booty call.
As I was going down the street, I saw what looked like a huge black cat. Something the size of a small horse. Holy fuck, that's a cougar. That's a fucking cougar. That's a fucking mountain cat. As I looked at it, it turned towards me and it had a human face. Hell nah. Hell nah. I freaked out and almost ran off the road. When I looked back, it was gone.
What's scarier than a cat with a human face?
Shit.
There's a human with a cat face.
Wouldn't that be a sphinx that she saw?
She saw a sphincter.
A sphincter.
The old sphincter.
Stare into my sphinx.
You know, Stacy's really afraid of black cats, and she completely
Really?
buys into the
The superstition?
I don't believe in superstitions.
No, I don't
I
either.
don't believe in luck. I don't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But if she sees a black cat, she will drive 30 fucking miles in the opposite direction to
Really?
circumnavigate
Okay.
the path of said black cat. She is
Okay.
not messing around with the black cats.
I mean, I don't really give a shit. Maybe that's why my life is ass. maybe there is correlation to
Done
it.
fucked with too many black cats in your life.
Yeah, I'll see a pass and I'm like, hey, fuck it. What's up, dude?
Yeah. No, I don't get bothered by luck or
Yeah.
superstitions. There for those Bengals games, I was wearing the same clothes over and over when they were winning those playoff games. So
Look what it did, though, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Got us to the Super Bowl.
The ghost crash. My daughter was driving from Wichita Falls, Texas to Oklahoma City on I-44 to catch our plane home to Pennsylvania. It was 4:05 a.m. I can remember because I was afraid we'd miss our flight and the highway was empty.
Oh.
We were almost out of Lawton city limits when we saw an older model car, light blue or silver, launch off of an embankment, roll 3 or 4 times, end over end. I could actually see a human fly through the air.
Holy shit.
I pulled over and called 911 and gave them the GPS coordinates of the overpass. I asked the dispatch if I should go back down the highway, and she told me not to because there was an officer less than 2 miles away. 20 minutes later, I get a call from the police officer asking exactly where it was. I repeated the same info that I gave the dispatcher before. The officer said that he was sitting at that location, and there was nothing there. Not a skid mark, no broken glass, or flattened grass. Nothing at all. When I got home, I Googled it, and this is what I found. Exactly 10 years prior, a group of teenagers were speeding down a suburban road when they lost control, flipped over a guide rail, and rolled down the embankment, killing all 6 kids inside of the vehicle.
Holy shit.
They were driving a 1986 Oldsmobile. The time of the accident, 4:05 a.m.
Oh, man.
I don't know if that's real or not,
Wow.
but that seems pretty fucking cool, dude.
That is really cool. Spoopy.
Yeah, the next one's about Mothman, I think.
Fucking love Mothman. He's got some buns on him.
Does. Tell him about it.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. This is all in quotes here. I drive a delivery route at night in a 30-foot box truck through different towns out about 30 miles east of Cleveland. The area is naturally creepy. 2-lane asphalt cut through the forest for miles until you get to the next town. Always foggy as hell. That's very ominous right there. Anyways, one night I'm driving down 322 towards Chesterland, Ohio. That's where all the pedophiles are at.
That's where all the bitches are at, Chesterland.
Chesterland. When I see this huge figure flying right at me in the moonlight. It was huge. I realized I was about to hit it windshield level, which is never a fucking good thing.
Not Mothman.
No, and ducked down below the dash, and right as I did, I hear a loud thud in the front of the box right above the cab of the Freightliner I'm driving. I hit the brakes and come to a stop and think for a few seconds before I step out, as if I should actually get the fuck out, but I do it anyways because I had to see what this fucker was. So I get out, I walk to the back of the truck, and I see it laying at the side of the road about 50 yards away.
Holy shit.
I swear, the thing was man-sized, but I figured maybe it was a huge hawk or maybe even an eagle that I had killed. So I started walking up to it thinking that it had to be dead. Nope. All of a sudden, the thing rolls over, stands up on two legs, jumps, and then flies off. It took a hit at probably 45 mile an hour straight to an aluminum box, and then it lived. When it stood up, I swear it was man-shaped and was at least 5'8", definitely not a bird. I don't know what it was.
If somebody hit me in the middle of the night and I stood up, they definitely wouldn't describe me as man-shaped. It was pretty fat. Where owner was it? Eating good. It was like a man pig.
He had a fucking ass that wouldn't quit.
Yeah.
When it flew off, I got scared and ran back to the truck and continued the 4 to 5 mile into Chesterland. I stopped at a gas station to get out and looked at the front of the box, and there was wing prints 6 feet
way.
across in the dirt and grime, and not like feathery bird shaped, bat shaped. If I could describe what it looks like, the closest thing that I could come up with was that it looked like the monster from Jeepers Creepers or maybe the Mothman. I'm not making any of this up. It still freaks me out every time I go down that road. True story.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. What I would give to just fucking hit him, total my car, I don't care.
Yeah.
I call, I call the fucking general and say, well, I totaled my shit. I hit a Mothman. They're not going to pay for it, but at least I got to hit a Mothman. Man. The cool stuff never happens to us.
I know, man.
How about shapeshifters?
I'm down with shapeshifters.
I am a shapeshifter. I can shapeshift so I'm...
Shapeshitters.
My dick is a shapeshifter right now. I have an erection right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Many years ago, I was on a shift called Meet and Turn. This is where the driver... meat as in bologna meat. No, is meeting somebody.
So when you grab your dick and you can twist it all the way around.
Grab his dick and twist. Many years ago, I was on a shift called Meet and Turn. This is where the driver that is domiciled out of the city, what a weird name.
I know.
Weird word. Will drive a load halfway to its destination while the other driver that meets him halfway and brings the load where so pretty much one driver starts at point A, the other driver starts at point B, and they meet in the middle and they switch their load. I had been doing runs like these for several months, and I found out that I had to meet on point an hour before the other driver arrived. It was a dark and empty lot around 3 a.m., so since there was still some time to kill, I decided to close my eyes and take a short nap. About 10 minutes into my nap, I was awakened by a barking dog. I tried to ignore it, but the bark carried on for several minutes, and it grew louder and closer. At this point, it became clear that he's either trying to alert me of something or he's just being a pain in the ass. So I sat up and looked out my window, and what I saw left me motionless. Standing there, inches on the other side of the glass, was a man around 35 years of age. He was a large fellow, and he was barking at me. His eyes were crazy, and he was even frothing a little from his mouth. The sheer creepiness struck me, and gently, without making any sudden movements, I reached down and started my truck and slowly started pulling away. As I was doing so, he was chasing after me, much like you would expect an angry dog, and still barking as I kept pulling away. Needless to say, I don't take naps on the job anymore.
Man,
Dude, that's pretty wild.
that's yeah.
I'd have fucking let it lick peanut butter off my nuts.
Sold.
Yeah, I love dogs. I love this dog.
I see you scrolling. This is a long one.
This is the last one. My nose can't take it. I
Okay.
got a stuffy nose, guys. I'm
I'm
sorry.
on it. We'll see what we got here. Shoulder walker. Fuck.
Rob used to be a shoulder walker back when his parents kicked him out, and then he was still a secret at his wife's house, and he'd have to do. He was a prostitute. Robert was a prostitute.
I was so excited to see where that was going. My most common run is Vancouver to San Francisco. It sounds like a long-ass run. It is an easy trip most of the time. Okay, I'm a fucking idiot then. With very little challenge involved. Yeah, I'm super fucking idiot. That sounds like a long time.
Long ass run.
I guess if you're on foot, yeah, it
One
is.
day I just felt like running.
I tend to prefer driving into the night because there's less traffic. Of course, driving around in the middle of nowhere during witching hour means I've seen my share of things. UFOs, fun. Bigfoot, funner. The works, man. But none of that stuff has ever scared me nearly as bad as the people you see walking along the shoulder of the road far from civilization. I noticed my first one on my junior run down south on the number 5. It was a lady in a blue summer dress just strolling down the side of the highway underneath the full moon.
Oh, God, yeah.
Not a fucking care in the world. Now, we were on a stretch that was miles and miles away from anything in either direction, and I was the first vehicle on the road that she'd seen likely since dusk. She didn't even look up to acknowledge me, though. Instead, she just kept on walking with a sort of vacant smile. I chalked it up to some hippie from the Oregon Trail who died of dysentery, who hopped on something from a nearby campsite and just kept driving. But she was only the first. It's not every trip that you spot them, but sometimes you see a few on a single go.
These shoulder walkers.
Hell yeah. Yeah. It always struck me as strange because you never seem to see them during the day. Or maybe you do, but they don't stick out as much under the sun. Even so, once you know they're there, you'll start noticing the hell out of them whenever you're driving far from civilization in the dark. The other truckers call them moon wanderers, but I prefer shoulder walkers since that's where they are. Moon wanderers just sounds like a hippie.
I'm a moon wanderer. Sounds like someone just walking around with their fucking ass hanging out.
Exactly.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm a moon wanderer. Did you see my butt? Fucked me up after I smelled that girl's panties.
Almost like trains on a track, they walk that little white line wherever they're going. They're different shapes and sizes, too. That's not discriminating. So it don't matter what size you are, you can walk them lines.
Yeah.
Men, women, tall, fat, ugly, pretty, just folks like you'd see anywhere. Sure, they're creepy, but for a long time I didn't pay him any mind beyond noticing them on occasion in the split second that they were visible as I cruised past. But
you ever noticed anything like this before?
I haven't, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. But one night a few months ago, I passed what looked like an old lady. She was in a hospital gown and looked like someone on death row. Wow. Sunken, given up on life sort of eyes, frizzy white hair, and pale skin. She was smiling just like her grandkids had called her name. Her pale face was slow shuffle. Yeah, it was a slow shuffle.
No, her pace was a
pace.
slow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm fucking reading words that aren't even there.
It's okay.
Her pace was a slow shuffle along the shoulder, and just looking at her, I could imagine the sound of her hospital slippers running just over top the gravel road. I wanted to keep driving because, well, to be honest, she gave me the fucking willies. But hell, she reminded me of my own sweet grandma. Hopefully she don't remind me of my grandma.
Oh, fuck. Robert. Oh, Rob dog. You know, when Grandma walks down the side of the road, it looks like there's a wild pack of snails walking around, Rob dog. That's because Grandma leaves a little creamy snail trail, Rob. You know what a snail trail is, Rob Dog?
You've taught me well, Granny, so yes, I do.
That's where Grandma gets some of that old country gravy. It's squirting out of her holes. You know, Grandma doesn't like to shave her pussy.
Oh, I know, Grandma.
That's for those young sluts. She's a nasty bitch. Here all this time I thought she shaved.
No, she definitely doesn't.
She's got some dingleberries for sure.
So I brought my rig to a slow stop and, collecting up the flashlight I kept in my glove box, stepped out of the cab. I could hear her coming before I could see her. As I'd driven a few meters ahead of her due to the long stop time, scrape, scrape, scrape. I could visualize her wrinkly feet in those hospital slippers.
Oh, fuck!
Shuffling ever onward. Quickly, I checked the map app on my phone and saw that the closest town to where we were was 50 miles. No way this old lady was walking that. Putting my phone in my jeans, I held up my flashlight and started walking towards the sound of her footfalls. Hello, ma'am? I called out, hoping that she would speak up. No such luck, just more scraping. My hairs were on edge now as I waited for her to enter into the dim light of my flashlight. I nearly cried out as the ghostly appearance came into view. Not because anything was different from before, just because she looked so much more sickly up close. Ma'am, are you okay? You're in the middle of nowhere, you know. She didn't say nothing. That's bad English, but
It's double negative. It's fucked up.
Yes, she didn't say
I
anything.
mean, she said everything.
Yeah, exactly. Just kept smiling and moving steadily forward. That would be the most unsettling thing, is the fact that she's just sitting there smiling, walking
Yeah,
towards
you don't know if you're going to have to fuck her or fight her.
and neither one of those options are good.
Yeah. Oh, fuck!
Now my heart was beating hard. She's just senile, and she needs help, I thought out loud.
Yeah, but she's in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. But my feet were frozen in place. They were going back to the truck, or they weren't moving at all. She was getting closer, though, and as she reached within 10 feet or so, her wrinkled hands began to reach slowly up. Her fingers wiggled in my direction like a grandma reaching for her grandchildren's face. Hell nah.
No, you gotta take a rock and hit her in the head at this point.
She opened her mouth but didn't say anything, just grinned at me with pale gums. Oh, that's even worse. She gives them fucking bomb-ass BJs.
You like that?
She was just a lot lizard, bro. She was just lost. My legs gave out, and I fell onto the side. Hang on.
What a pussy.
I touched the screen again, and it fucked it up.
He said my legs gave out, and as I fell on my side, she reached down for me with surprising speed and dexterity.
Oh, that's Grandma.
Yeah. You,
Okay, there we go. I saw you click in the spot. Before I knew what was going on, she had her bony fingers around my ankles, and I was getting dragged down the road.
Holy shit.
Desperately, I pulled back, but her grip was superhuman, and the addition of my weight didn't seem to slow her walk in the least. She stared down at me with those beady, sunken eyes, mouth agape in a smile. I kicked her with all the fight I had in me, and luckily connected with her jaw. To my horror, it was like kicking solid concrete. Granny had them fucking dick-sucking muscles in the jaws.
Oh, right, dog. You like Grandma's teeth, don't you?
But luckily, she let go despite having no visible injury. I crawled backwards towards the middle of the road, and she kept walking down the shoulder. Her hands fell down to her side, and her mouth closed into a tight-lipped smile. But her gaze stayed locked on mine as she slowly shuffled out of my flashlight's beam.
There's no way this is real.
There's no way.
If it is, and this big fat fucking trucker's getting dragged down the sidewalk by an old
He's
grandma.
a pussy.
Yeah.
I waited as the scraping bit by bit faded from my ears, and after what ended up being a half hour of stunned silence, I worked up the nerve to get back and go back to my rig.
She was going to eat his ass.
Hell yeah,
dude.
she was. No sign of the lady, but when I climbed into my cab and sped down the highway, it didn't take long for me to catch up with her. Her eyes were still stuck on me. They probably had been the entire time that she had walked away. The last I saw her as I gunned away from her was the thin, chapped, smirking lips.
I'd have squashed her. No doubt in my mind I'd have
Hell
ran her
yeah.
over.
According to some other guys I know, I'm the first to try and interact with a shoulder walker, And if God is good, I'll be the last. Since then, I've seen plenty more, strolling down the highway in the pitch dark. I even saw a kid once, but there ain't no way I'm ever stopping again for them. And if you're smart, you won't either. Since that night, the shoulder walkers are always looking right at me when I drive past, which they never used to do. Almost like since that old lady saw me, they all did. I'd hate to think that we would have, or I'm sorry, I'd hate to think what would have happened if I had not managed to get free, but I can rest easy knowing that I've put my warning out there in public. Maybe I'll save a few folks with the story.
He jawed her.
Woo, man.
He kicked her in the jaw.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking swollen.
Dropped her ass.
Swollen prostate and all, man. He's
Man.
just getting dragged down the sidewalk and boom.
She had that fucking kung fu grip on his ankle.
She said, "You're coming with me, fat boy. We're going to Ponderosa."
Ooh, Ponderosa, hell yeah.
That's my favorite. They don't have those anymore.
No, it's like that used to be like one of the classier establishments of
It
its kind.
It was. We used to. That was my parents' kind of their go-to. They'd take us out on the weekends. You'd go to Ponderosa a lot. My dad really loved that place.
Yeah.
It was always a really fun surprise. You'd order your food, and you'd hit up that buffet, and you get so fucking fat and disgustingly full from the buffet, and then they walk up like, "Oh, I got a sirloin with a baked potato," and you're like, "Fuck, I forgot I got a steak."
Yeah.
And, God, I wonder if there's any Ponderosas left anywhere.
Not over in these parts.
I do know there's a McDonald's at the West Virginia and Ohio border that is one of the only two left that still serves the McPizza.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we should go on a road trip sometime to go get a McPizza. Do you remember pizza at McDonald's?
No,
back
I
in the
don't.
day? It was good.
I know that this is not a McPizza, so it's not as cool, but I do know, well, they used to have, I think it was in Springfield, they had a KFC buffet.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Yep. Tear the ass
Yeah,
out, man.
we fucked that place up.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That KFC buffet, man. Whew. Love it.
What about the Pizza Hut buffet?
We used to go every single weekend morning. We would go to hit the Pizza Hut buffet.
Yeah. Which one did you go to?
The one in Huber, I believe.
Okay. God, Pizza Hut buffet was good.
Yeah, they used to fuck that dessert pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Cinnamon apples.
And even CC's was good, man.
I love
CC's pizza.
Yeah.
And they closed it on me.
I did too. I liked it. My wife didn't, so therefore we never really got to go.
Yeah,
unless I took the kids on my own.
That's when we would go. That's when I would go. But every time, more and more, every time I would go, it was the place is like a science experiment when you would go.
Yeah,
pretty rough.
That macaroni pizza fucked. That was my
It
that was my
delicious.
shit.
It was delicious. All right, guys. If we're gonna switch over. I mean, you want to do a Zoom?
Yeah, man, we're past due big time.
All right. Well, we'll switch over for $1 a month. You go to patreon.com/BroHioPodcast, and you can get access to our Zoom, our one-on face-to-face Zoom calls, where you can talk to us after
fun
the
time.
episodes.
We talk to everybody.
Yeah, we do. Try and guess your age, occupation. We like to see your animals. A lot of people Zoom naked, which is fun too.
How much your shits weigh?
Check them out. Yeah. How much your poopa-doops weigh?
Yeah, whatever the occasion.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Bro Ohio Podcast. We'll be back with you next week. I'm thinking I got a good topic coming your way. Sorry we kind of mailed this one in. My nose is kind of stuffy, but there's always next time, right, guys? So we love you.
Love you. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Very telling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, that's me, man.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for jumping in here, guys. We love you all so much. And we will catch you next week. Bye.